Hello everyone, it's Luli, and did you know that Otomate just announced a bunch of games for release next year? And they're both new games as well as ports, and I am so excited, which is why I thought we could both explore these games together by going through the teasers and, I don't know, just getting hyper. Before I start, I'd like to thank all of those who have supported me in Patreons, Ko-fis, tips. I truly appreciate it. It makes me feel appreciated and supports the channel, so just thank you all around. Also, I'd like to thank those who have sort of supported me by boosting my server as well, because that means a lot as well. Also, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you would like more otome and cozy content, and I promise you won't regret it. But anyway, I think that's it. Let me start. So I've got my little notes down here. The first Otome game that was announced for release, and this one's a new one, was Shinrei Shinjuu. And this is about a heroine that's in this world. She gets isekai'd into this world as a priestess where gods have instilled their powers into these slaves of gods, and basically they have to fight these monsters. But based on the teaser, it looked as if whenever they do, they're kind of infected or dirtied. Like in Japanese we say kegare, which is like when something dirties you, spiritually speaking. And I believe when that happens, these god-like, god-slave people end up being destroyed. And the role of the priestess is to help them heal and help them survive. And of course, naturally, the love interest are all of these god-slave people. And I feel like it's going to be tragic-ish. I am so excited. It just feels like kind of action-packed almost, because you've got like these fights. I don't know, I'm expecting like Kengoku Struggle maybe, but like more depressing. But the three keywords that were given to us to kind of give us the vibe was the slaves of God that must protect the civilians, the healing priestess that can help these slaves live, and supernatural battles. So yeah, I am super excited. And note that the team that did 9RIP are the ones that have worked on this. So given I like the aesthetic and vibe of 9RIP, I'm a little bit like... The second one that was announced is actually a Hakuoki spin-off. It's called Hakuoki Ibun, Berejinski no Majo, and this is actually set, I think, 50 years prior to all the Bakumatsu Hakuoki stuff, and it's set in Europe, and it's all about during the time when Napoleon was trying to invade Russia, and obviously they're vampires, and the main character's, I think, like a witch, I'm guessing, based on the title. And the art is by Usuba Kagero, who did Variable Barricade and Radiant Tale, and they're my favorite otome game artists, so I'm so hyped about this. Also, I think the art style just really suits that European vibe, and it's just something about her having the two situations where she might be an angel or devil or something, I don't know, but I imagine given it's a Hakuoki spin-off, it's going to be a little bit maybe depressing at times, and as all of you know, I am all for the angst, so I'm very excited. The keywords that were given were Hakuoki, Water of Immortality, and Russian War, so yeah, that kind of gives you an idea. Now, the third one that was announced was Mixed Dunk King of Basketball. This one is a sports otome game and is, I think, directed by AKB48 and Brave Thunders. Was it Brave Thunders? Kawasaki Brave Thunders. So very refreshing. It's about a main character who enters a mixed gender pro basketball league, and it's all about her working together with her team to succeed and win. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of drama where, you know, like the players have backgrounds that they're trying to get over, or I expect at least one of them is going to hurt his leg or something stupid, and there's all gonna, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like stories like that will happen, because it did say something about situations where they must overcome and things like that. So I don't know, so normally I'm not that interested in sports vibe stuff, but this one I'm kind of looking forward to, because if we're gonna get drama like that, I am all for it. I gobble that stuff up. So yeah, I am super excited for that one. So I'm excited for all of them. Oh my god. And the 3 keywords for this was Kawasaki Brave Thunders, victory or defeat, and mixed gender pro basketball league, I believe. So yeah. Now the 4th one, and I have seen the most hype surrounding this one, is Crazy Chains of Elpis, or Crazy Chains Elpis no Kusari. But this one is about a world in which the wars have continued in Europe for another 1,000 years. And the main character is the 7th generation of Jeanne d'Arc. I think she plays a key role in this sort of war. However, she doesn't want to be this anymore. And so she's kind of like a bit unhappy about it. She's very sporadic in her actions, and one day she finds out that she can stop being the 17th generation Jeanne d'Arc, or Joan of Arc, I suppose in English, if she falls in love. But in the game, when it's sort of announced, it's kind of described to be like a negative thing, like, oh no, she falls in love and then she's gonna lose her powers, like almost that sort of thing. So I don't know what to expect, and given it's going to be done by the same team as Verge Evermore, I am kind of like, is it going to be as depressing and despair-ridden as Verge Evermore? But I feel like the trailer didn't really show that much. Like, you know how Verge Evermore was like super depressing? This one, it didn't feel that way, so I don't really know what to expect. And also, I don't know whether it's going to be futuristic, given apparently it's like based in 2400, because I don't know, maybe it's going to be like Verge in that sense, where it looks kind of old school, but there are modern stuff as well. The 3 keywords were 1,000-Year War, 17th Generation Joan of Arc, and Chains of Love. But the Chains of Love, kind of, the way it was written in Japanese, felt like the chains are holding her down. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And yeah, the art is so pretty. I do think that's part of the reason why everyone's so excited about it. Now the 5th, 6th, and 7th is all ports. Glass Heart Princess was the one that was kind of made a fuss over, and this is about a very popular girl archetype main character who goes to an elite school, ended up being afflicted by this heart problem that she, I think, catches when she goes abroad to like this exotic place, and the only way to train it is by falling in love, because if she feels too much like heartbeat and stuff, it can cause her heart to be destroyed, because her heart is literally like glass now, and it's all about that. Now I don't know how that's gonna work, because it's trained by falling in love, but she can't, like, one of the catch slogan things is like falling in love is forbidden type of thing. So I don't know how it's gonna work. I know 100% that this is a very like happy fangirling kind of game. So like one of those that you're supposed to play in between like despair-ridden ones. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, it sounds, I don't know, surely that sounds a bit tragic that you can't fall in love. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect, but I am looking forward to it. And the port, it gets the main game and the fan disc in one. And the 3 keywords were training your heart through Doki Doki Romance, a variety of date events, as well as a rom-com that will brighten your day. Also, there were 2 more ports announced very like briefly, and that was Diabolik Lovers Lunatic Parade, as well as Blackwall Saga, which is kind of cool. I mean, I know it's probably not going to get localized given it's part Reddit, but a girl can dream, right? So I was still a bit happy that it's ported. Now the 8th is Sullyland Nursery Rhyme, which is like a really weird name. It literally sounds like they took a bunch of English words and slammed them together and hope for the best. But funnily enough, this is the one I'm most intrigued about, despite having like the bare minimum of information given to us. But you can tell from the teaser that it's going to be like really, I think out of all of these titles, it's probably going to be the most depressing. And yeah, it kind of, the vibe it gave was that the main character wakes up and now the world seems like the one she's in, but not really. And it turns out that Sullyland, a very religious city, and the world of the dead has now mixed, and I don't know, it's hard to say, but it just sounded very like depressing, and now there's like a disease or something. And at the end it says something like, that was when peace ended and a game of death began, or something like that. So I'm like, I like games, I like death in stories, I like despair, so what is there not to like? So that's kind of the excitement for me. The 3 keywords were highly religious city, death and disease, and trauma. So you can kind of guess what the vibe is going to be like. And it's apparently going to be done by the same team who did Code Realize. So if that's a game you really like, this might be for you. Yeah. Now the 9th was fan disc of Matsurika no Kei. This game, the main game, was about a main character who ends up having to explore different lives. I don't want to go into too much, like I have made a first impression, so you can go check that out if you would like. But in this one, I believe there is a new love interest, a doctor that's escaped from where he dwelled, and he's full of mystery, the secrets about, and I think he's gonna reveal a bit more about the secrets behind the eyes the main character has. It's called Keigan, and it has several abilities, and so I'm really looking forward to it because this doctor is so attractive. He's like my type. He looks manly but also has long hair, which is like a nice combination, and anyway, and I believe you get to see, like, you know, how things progressed after the main character and love interest ended up together, of course, as is most fan discs. But there's also, I think, a mode where you get to see another ending of phase or something like that. So there are 4 modes. One is the doctor route, one is short stories, one is sort of the continuation of the main character and love interest, and the last one is like something to do with base. So yeah, very excited about that. And the 3 keywords were Chinese fantasy meets spicy romance, of course. The second one was runaway doctor, and the third was 4 modes. So yeah. Now the 10th, and I think this one most people are like, because it is Olympia Soiree sequel. I don't think it's even a fan disc. I think it's an actual sequel. And it said it was set 2.5 years after, you know, Olympia and one of the love interests get together. But what happens is one day they find a mystery guy that's floated onto the island. And the mysterious thing about him is that he is of the color white, which I believe was only thought to be a kind of color that, you know, gave birth to women. So the fact that there's a man that's the color of white is like, what is this? And I think that sort of brings about intrigue, and then everyone wants to know what's going on, and that's kind of the story. Now I'm wondering, you know, we did get Pure Fiore sequel, and some of the bad endings I heard were horrific in that, so I'm wondering if Olympia Soiree is the same, because the bad endings in Olympia Soiree main game were pretty good. I'm wondering if that's going to carry on to the sequel. I don't know. I am very much looking forward to it. Normally I'm not that into like the second game, but I think this one I'm actually intrigued by. And the 2 keywords were colorful fantasy and Japanese mythology. So if those things are up your street, then this is probably going to be exciting for you. But I think that was all that was announced. I don't know, I think last year I wasn't all that excited about any of the titles. I don't know why, none of them really stuck, and in some ways it was good because it meant it would save me money. But this time, 2026 is going to be really hard for my bank account. I don't know how I'm going to take it. I'm going to have to be very selective. I think out of all of these, I think I will have to wait for more info for Sullyland, but even though I haven't played Hakuoki fully yet, I am most curious about the Hakuoki spin-off, maybe the God Slave one, and then I can't though. I really can't. I'm gonna have to limit myself to 2, and I don't know which 2 that's gonna be. Oh my god, it's gonna be so hard. I really do. I am curious about whether any of these will be localized. It's been quite a long time since we've had any, like, you know, lots and lots of localization announcements. So I am kind of hoping that there will be. But yeah, I don't know. So that's the news. Hopefully it was fun and enjoyable. And yeah, which game out of these are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. Bye!